Hey, howdy, hello. Hope all is well. Yeah, from heat to cold to share with you what's on my mind. Yeah, tell you what, it was a hot final. I lie. It was a wet final, but not the old sort of damp squib kind of one, was it? I was disappointed, I must say, when it rained again the second time, and I thought it might be one of those where the rain would be the winner. But no. Instead, we had a quite dramatic one. I mean, who would have thought? Right up to the last ball? Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Where should I start? I guess the best place to start is to say congratulations to the Chennai Super Kings on a fifth title. Absolutely fantastic. It's a stuff of fairy tales, really, as the Yellow Army, if I can call it that. I shouldn't because there's the Orange Army, right? So I should call them, I don't know, the Sea of Yellow as it swept across India. You'll say in support of one team. However, from the noise we heard many a time within the stadium when the guy just walked onto the park, whether it was just to, warm up or if it was to go to the toss or, many a time they couldn't hear him, couldn't hear each other, couldn't, it just incredible the love for MSD, MS Dhoni. And as I say, stuff of fairy tales. We don't know if he's going to be back next year, and he's left everybody kind of, on tenterhooks. He says he's going to try. This is my interpretation. He's going to work really hard, and hopefully the body holds up, and then perhaps he'll turn up again. He also said somewhere along the line that, why make the decision now, right? At the end of the final day, he said, it's the easiest thing for me to what? Decide right now I'm going to retire and away I go. But he didn't. So we wait. We watch. We wait till 2024. Maybe not till then. Maybe just before. We'll see what happens. Anyhow, I would like to say that was comfortably meaning by a distance, the best edition of the IPL because man, it had it all. Think about it, and perhaps you, if you're old enough, you could compare with all of them. If you were sufficiently perceptive as the seasons have gone by. In 2008, I don't think everybody knew what was going on. There was this hope that this thing would be awesome and blah blah blah. The game itself, as a 2020 game, was very new. And so, yeah, it was a case of feeling our way through it. Absolutely everybody, bar none. Yeah? 2009 in South Africa having been shifted. Yeah, many ideas kind of crossed many a mind, I'm sure, of a sort of globe-trotting tournament. Maybe, South Africa then, maybe England sometime. I'm not sure about Australia with time zones, you know. And then we also had 2014 UAE for a couple of weeks and then back into India. And 2020, if you go to recent times, and I know that's because of COVID rather than anything else. But yeah, as I think about it, if I'm to compare this edition for the euphoria, for the excitement, for kind of how I felt personally, and I think what seemed to kind of permeate through to the fans as well as we went around India, I'd go with 2010 as the season that was also, filled with fervor. Because it was a return. It was a return of the Indian Premier League to the Indian fans, a return home sort of thing. And I think this one was kind of the same sort of thing, where COVID had ravaged the world. 2020 in the UAE, 2021 a split tournament, an attempt to have it there, and then have to shift and finish it off in the UAE. So, yeah, I think. or was that 2022? Whichever one, but you know what I'm saying. So 2023, full tournament there, travel all over the place, sample the atmosphere of the various grounds, the different fans, and just every team sort of able to say they're at home here, they're at home there, even though home advantage didn't seem to hold sway, simply because each side was learning their home grounds once again. But it was festive, it was fun, it was filled with a whole lot. It was dramatic. I mean, last ball finishes, last over finishes, contests that were, where you thought in times past a 200 score would be sufficient and that would be that. It would end up being that sort of game where it's one-sided and you don't know, how you're going to find enjoyment in seeing what happens, because it kind of peters out, doesn't it? Because the team doesn't, start out okay, or if they don't, they're never going to get to the 200 or 220 or whatever it is that has been put on the board. Nope, that's not how it went. It didn't go like that at all. 200s chased down, games of 200 and 200, several games, not just a few. So, yeah, new rules as well, by the way. Impact subs. Still not sold on the old impact subs. I think teams played better as we went along, and maybe even used the impact sub a little bit better as they went along. I like the way that Mumbai used it, to try and win a game. Which was it? Was it the eliminator? Yep, it was I think it was the second qualifier, maybe, no? Think about that. No. Eliminator, yeah, the eliminator, where they used an extra batter to like Verma, I think it was, and ensured that they batted their opposition out the game. That was, I thought, best way it was used in the tournament. Another side did it earlier on in the tournament. All the games tend to merge into one as you get towards the end and you try to separate them. Anyhow, yeah, that's what I think. I think best tournament. Who are those who enhance their position in terms of players? I wonder. Mohamed Shami, fantastic, loved it, and it's no coincidence that I go towards the bowlers first. Siraj, enjoyed. Bolt, yeah, Trent Bolt. All three of them were power play merchants, weren't they? And you need that in a 2020 game. You need to have guys who strike up at the front, and those three were magnificent. Spinners, the usual. Rashid, and many will say he didn't have his best tournament, but he was still up there in terms of the wickets and crucial wickets as well, and that's how he is used. I like that teams had worked out that, hold on, we can't just allow certain bowlers to bowl, and they decided to go at them. Spin played particularly well. Heinrich Klaasen played spin so well in the middle overs, as did Shivam Dube, who hit monstrous sixes, and many of them. So yeah, those are a couple of guys, I suppose, whom I would name in the middle. The youngsters, whew, Shubman Gill. Unbelievable, really unbelievable. That guy is gonna be a star. If he's not a star already, I mean, he's already worn the India shirt, and you just love to watch him bat. Yeah, just brilliant as a player. Yeah, stylish as ever. And then Yashasvi Jaiswal. Yeah. There's a youngster unleashed, mind freed, and given the license to go and play. And look at that. I thought that was brilliant. If I'm to think of bowlers, Matisha Patirana. We're going to see more of him. No doubt it'll be in the yellow of Chennai. I wonder if we'll see him, and if the advice will be heeded to play him in just the white ball format for Sri Lanka. We'll have to wait and see. Don't know. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, that'll be interesting. With a World Cup coming up, longer format, 50 overs, he might well be involved in that and could do great things. Noor Ahmed, I thought that was fantastic. Hey, master and protege, perhaps. I like that. this maybe will have pushed so that he'd be able to play in his own national side with his teacher, mentor, brother, whatever you want to call him. But yeah, that was good too. Something else I'll go on, I suppose, is comebacks. I call them comebacks. It's kind of a rising from the ashes, phoenix-like, you know. Many might have thought that careers were done and dusted. Mohit Sharma's one, actually. As I think about it, absolutely fantastic. Ball at the back end, those slower balls were brilliant. And it was quite ironic, actually. I wondered if he might do it for the Gujarat Titans against Chennai. You can't write these stories, man. He didn't, of course. In the end, he didn't and couldn't. But had, for half the over there, bowled a fabulous over. And, ironically, not the slower balls, but the full pace and Yorkers, and he'd nailed it. But it's not over till it's over, right? Who else? Ajinkya Rahane. Ajinkya Rahane is one that I think puzzled many. Turns up, and that strike rate, and still, you know, stylish as ever. Pretty runs, beautiful runs he's scored at a fair clip too. One for the bowlers. I'll tell you who I'm thinking of. Piyush Chawla. Fantastic. I know he didn't get to the final. He couldn't quite get Mumbai there. But still taking wickets. Still got it on string. Still bowling those quick leggies and googlies and foxing batters. So fantastic to see. Yeah. What else? Overriding, I'm sort of wondering if you as fans, you sit there and you go, oh, satisfied with the tournament. That was good. I enjoyed it. Or not. You know, what is it? What is it that wasn't there? Let us know. Let me know what you think. You know, what you think there could have been else in the tournament. As I say, it was dramatic, and in terms of who would qualify, in terms of the top four, we loved that log jam. You know, we didn't know right up until the last day of the round robin stage, and even then, it was a loss that got another team in rather than, you know, yeah, fantastic. I genuinely believe it was the best edition of the IPL. And then to finish off, fans, that sea of yellow following that man MSD, leadership, how important it is in teams, just in general, when they're groups of people. And MSD, yeah, did a fabulous job in a team that many wouldn't have expected to get to the final, simply because of the injuries they had early on. And then those seemed to continue. Hardik Pandya, give it to him. And that group of GT. It's not often that teams can go, you know, win and back in the final again the next year. It's tough because you've climbed your Everest. It's difficult to muster the strength, the enthusiasm, the motivation to do it all again. They did, and they nearly got there. They were 2 balls away. 2 balls, 10 runs to get. And I tell you what, many who were wearing the blue of GT could see the promised land until that 6. Whew! Satisfied? Me? Yes. You? I don't know. Some of you out there will say, how can you say it had everything? It didn't quite have everything because there wasn't a super over. Well, I can tell you that for all the colleagues I work with, nobody wanted that. So, yeah, it did have everything. Thanks for watching. That's it, I suppose, as far as the IPL stuff goes. Let's see where we catch up once again. Remember, subscribe. There'll be more stuff to talk about. There's always a whole lot in the world of cricket. Yeah? Catch you later. Bye-bye.